Hello and welcome back to T199 Productions. Today I'm going to be doing a review on the SDS models K-Class. So I never intended to buy a K-Class. I was going to buy a model of J549 from Trainworld, and I was going to buy it at the Store Model Railway show, which I might do some... I've got some clips which I might pop up on shorts or something. I'm not sure, but so about probably 2 or 3 weeks before the train show, Trainworld ran out of stock for the Ixion J-Class, and I was a bit heartbroken, but I decided, oh well, maybe I'll just buy a SDS K-Class or a D3. Now, as you can tell, I obviously went with the K-Class, but it's not the one I was originally planning to get. See, I was going to get K190 of the Mornington Tourist Railway, but not in this livery here, which I've got on this biscuit tin. Instead, I was going for the very similar to this one, the 1980s two-tone green, the K190 wore, but with black cylinders, black wheels, that sort of thing, and also black buffer beams. So I rang Trainworld up and said, would I be able to order a SDS Models K190 in the 1980s two-tone green and a SDS 8300 brake fin, which I never ended up getting that brake fin. And they said, yep, we can do that. Anyway, come to the train show, and we're there on a Sunday instead of the Saturday. We get there, and I pay for K190, and I'm walking around the train show, and I go past Orient Express Models' stall there. Now, K190 in this colour has been sold out for quite a bit, from what I could tell. And I was looking in my bag from Trainworld, which was just K190, and because I didn't have enough money for the 8300, so I just thought, oh, I might get that. So I looked in the bag and I noticed, hang on, this is the 2000s green K190. This isn't the one I wanted. And before I went back to Trainworld, I was looking at the Orient Express Models stand, and I saw K190, not K190. And I thought, oh shit, I might get that instead of K190. Since they gave me the wrong one, I might as well just ask for a refund and then go get this. So yeah, I went to the Trainworld stand, asked, is it alright if I just return this? I've found something that I've been wanting more. And they said, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, I get that. And then, yeah, I've got K190, and I've made a few different people jealous by having this. But let's have a look at the box. It's quite a nice box. As you can see, it's got that on the side, so it tells you what it is. So it's K190B in the two-tone green, plate cowcatcher, box wheels, welded tender. It is DC, but I might get a replacement to make it DCC in future when I start doing DCC. It's got the SDS logo on the side, 21-pin DCC decoder, HO obviously, just some stuff if you ever need to return anything. Similar on this side, except made in China, suitable for modelers 14+, and nothing on the back. On the front, it just says Victorian Railways K-Class locomotive and has a photo of K190, which, funnily enough, is the model I got. And then it's got the SDS logo just here. Now, in the box, there is a replacement coupler, which I have fitted so that I can run this model in reverse, tender first. So I won't get into that, and I'll put the box just down there for now. So a moment while I get the instructions, and here they are. So it's got a photo of the SDS K183 in the blue. It's got how you couple the tender and loco together. It's a simple little 8-pin plug and socket. But yeah, it's got a little bit of information about the K-Class locomotives if you'd like to pause and read that. But they were built in 1922 to begin with 10. Were used up until the 1970s and were some of the last steam locomotives in Victoria. Here is the diagram of the coupler switching, which is very easy. You just unscrew a screw, and then you can fit the KD for double heading or using the KD magnetic couplers. I actually lost the 3-link assembly, and that's why I put the KD on. Anyway, it's got some of the DCC functions, keep alive, removal of the tender body, and the parts diagram in case you ever need to get a new part. And on the back it also has the tender one, and maintenance or installing a DCC decoder, spare parts, and a warranty. So that's about it for the instructions. So due to me not having a proper layout at this time, I won't be able to do a full loop, but I will be able to do some things on my little shunting layout that I have currently. Last look at the box. So K190 is one of the preserved examples. This is the 1980s and 90s two-tone green, which is probably one of my favourite liveries on the Ks, apart from the blue K183 wears and the red K190 currently wears, as both of them are fucking beautiful. So this is probably one of my nicest running locos. It's got a really nice crawl turbo. Should be... no, it's stored again. Okay, I might need to clean the wheels on this. Nope, it's derailed. Nope. One of my gripes with this model is that there is no directional lighting. There is a headlight on the front, which does work. And also some tender lights, as you can see there. But there is no red lights when running in Fords. So if you're running at Fords, there's no red lights like you would have on a T or a Y class, which I'll be having a review on the Y class eventually. And also you might have spotted the C class, which is Austrains, and I will be doing a review on that. The T class I've had probably too long to do a review. Maybe I could do a 1 year of owning review in January, as that'll be the 1 year anniversary of me having this model. That little tank engine there will be getting a review once finished. And anyway, let's get back to the K class. This bit's sort of a last minute addition. I completely forgot to do this, so that's why it's sort of a, that's why the K's not up there. I completely forgot to do do the details that this locomotive has. So that's why the camera angle is probably a little bit different to how it was before. So first we're going to have a look at the K, like the locomotive itself. Obviously it's got the box block wheels. They might be a little bit dirty from running for about a month and a bit. It's got the wall shuts valve gear. I'm sort of trying to hold this so the camera can see it properly. So it's got the red number plate, which I don't really like, but I still like it. I prefer it with the black, as you can see on the front. So obviously we've got the cross compound brake Westinghouse air pump. I believe that's what it's called. There's a ladder here, which is wire. It's quite sturdy. For the top, we've got the whistle just here, the safety valve, and the dyno. That's part of the, I think it's for the reverser. Don't quote me on that. Obviously we've got the door just here. I'm not sure how well you guys could see that. Ladder, handrails, which are wire, so they won't break off. Turning around. We've got a headlamp, which, yes, does work, and two little marker lights just there. I think it does need a little bit of dust off. There's a little lamp here that doesn't do anything. Turning around, we've got the smoke deflector. It's obviously different to this one, but different to the fireman side, as there's no air braking system. And there's also the cow catcher. This is the knuckle coupler that you can choose to fit if you want. I'm still trying to make it so that it works, but you can see it properly. Yeah, red buffer beams, just how I like my steam engines. You got the reversing rod just here. I believe that's the token exchange thing. I don't know. The number plate is in a different spot because of that. The wall shuts valve gear once again. Cab window. some wiring of some sort. Little bits and bobs that I've got no idea what they do because I'm not that smart. And cab detail is really nice. This is the best steam engine I have bought. It is well worth the money if you've got it. You can see the regulator, handbrake, the different seats that they've got for the driver and fireman, the braking and reversing gear, all these gauges. I don't think that little bump's supposed to be up there, but who the hell is going to see that? I'm not going to complain. So that's about it for the K itself. Now we go on to the tender, if I can get this thing on the tracks. Yeah. I'll start on this side once again. We've got the it's just the welded tender, so it's going to be flat, there's no riveting. Shunters steps, which I don't know if K183 had in this condition. If we go to the underneath, which I didn't do for this one, I think I did, you can see the keeper lobe, which is, if I turn it over, you can see it says KA. I've got it off because it's DC. If you run DCC, you turn it on so that if it goes over points, it won't stop, it'll keep going for a little bit. Tender wheels are very, very, free. That's a little smudge that just comes off, don't worry. On the back, these marker lights here work. This one unfortunately doesn't, neither does this one here. Sprung buffers, I forgot to mention that about the logo. Fun to play with. I don't understand why people like sprung buffers, but I guess it's more realism. They do go out of place a little bit, so you sort of got to move them back every once in a while. Not a huge deal. I've never known what these two things are for. I assume they're I assume they are toolboxes of some sort, but I don't know. That's the water filler cap just here. Coal load, I'm not a huge fan of. My hands are greasy, so I've got to clean them off. So I can give this engine a nice clean. I'm not a huge fan of fake coal loads, and I did do it on this little thing here. I did a real coal load, which I do plan to do on this one day, but yeah. There's a bit of detail here, it's quite nice, some riveting, that sort of stuff, and yeah, so that's about it for details. Very well modelled, very well detailed. Yeah, I won't couple them back together as I don't need to do that for the video, so yeah. So yeah, it's gone the wrong way, but we'll pop you like that. I know it's not very much, and it would be nice to see this going in a loop, but alas, due to me getting rid of my main layout so I could have some trains running here, I do not have a loop at this point in time, and I probably will not have a loop for quite a while. Move the C-Class out of the way. K-Class is running backwards, and there we go. And pop you there. So this little bit here is where the station would be if I had one. That's where my two W cars are. I do have a third one, but I didn't feel it was worth putting it on the layout. Well, I wouldn't call this a layout, but I didn't think it was worth putting it on here at this point in time. We can get this K-Class on the road. So yeah, I can't go very far, but I can run it backwards and forwards or do some shunting with it. And I will pop up some videos of this running before the layout was dismantled. All this track here came off the layout, so I've replaced that with a 009 layout, which yes, I will be doing some reviews on when I get a new 009 loco, which may or may not be a Beckman Thomas one, and have that be running on maybe a 4D shell. So I think I'll end the video here, but I'll put some videos of the K class running on my loop, so I can just show it getting a proper run when I was running it in, that sort of thing. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, comment things that you'd like to see. And yeah, I'll see you, who knows, next time. I'll be doing a channel update like I said earlier. So what's to come? I'll be talking about the NG7 project in that one, as I don't want to waste time talking about it in this one. But I'm most likely going to go full Victorian Railways and do a little bit of British stuff. So thanks for watching. I'll pop up those videos at some point, and have a good day. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.